Welcome to this model. In this presentation, let us have an insight of linear arrays with non-uniform amplitude distribution. Let us begin by comparing the field patterns of four amplitude distributions, namely uniform, binomial, edge, and optimum. To be specific, we will consider a linear array of 5 isotropic sources with lambda by 2 spacing. If the sources are in phase and all equal in amplitude, the resulting pattern will be of designated uniform. That is, a uniform distribution yields the maximum directivity or gain. The pattern has half power beam width of 23 degree, but the side lobes are relatively large. The amplitude of the first side lobe is 24% of the main lobe maximum, and in some applications this minor lobe amplitude may be undesirably large. So to reduce the side lobe level of linear in-phase broadside array, John proposed that the sources have amplitude proportional to the coefficient of the binomial series of the term. That is, binomial series, we know that a plus b the whole power n minus 1 is equal to a power n minus 1 plus n minus 1 into a power n minus 2 into b and so on. Right. And where n is the number of sources. Thus, for arrays of 3 to 6 sources, the relative amplitudes are given, and where the amplitudes are arranged in the Pascal's triangle, and any inside number is equal to the sum of the adjacent number in the row above. So, applying the binomial distribution to the array of 5 sources spaced to lambda by 2 apart, the sources have the relative amplitudes of 1, 4, 6, 4, 1. So, the resulting pattern is binomial. And methods of calculating such patterns when you calculate this, the pattern has no minor lobes, and this has been achieved by the expense of increased beam width. For spacing of lambda by 2 or less between elements, the minor lobes are eliminated, and however the increased beam width and the large ratio of current amplitudes required and large arrays are disadvantages. So the far field pattern of linear array of isotropic point sources can be expressed as a finite Fourier series of n terms. Then Dahl's procedure is described for matching the terms of the Fourier polynomial with the terms of like degree to Chebyshev polynomial. This then yields the optimum source amplitude distribution for a specified side lobe level with all side lobes of the same level. Now consider a linear array of an even number of NE of isotropic point sources of uniform spacing. And this diagram shows the number of sources, number of even sources, and figure B shows number of odd number of sources. So all sources are in same phase. The direction theta is equal to 0 is taken normal to the array with the origin at the center of the array as shown. And the individual sources have the amplitudes A0, A1, A2 and so on as indicated, and the amplitude distribution being symmetrical about the center of the array. The total field ENE from the even number of sources at a larger distance in the direction theta is then the sum of the fields of the symmetrical pairs of source. So ENE is equal to 2A0 into cos psi by 2 plus 2A1 into cos 3 psi by 2 plus 2A and so on up to plus 2AK into cos of NE minus 1 divided by 2 into psi, where psi is equal to 2 pi by lambda into d sin theta. This is equal to dr sin theta. Each term in this first equation represents the field due to the symmetrically disposed pair of sources. Now let 2 of k plus 1 is equal to NE, where k is equal to 0, 1, 2, 3 and so on, so that NE minus 1 is by 2 is equal to 2k plus 1 divided by 2. So when you substitute this in equation 1 becomes ENE is equal to 2 into epsilon I is equal to 0 to n minus 1 AK cos of 2k plus 1 by 2 into psi. This is the even number Fourier series where n is equal to NC by 2. Now let us consider the case of linear array of odd number NO of isotropic point sources of uniform spacing arranged in this figure, and the amplitude distribution is symmetrical about the center source. The amplitude of the center source is taken as 2A1 and next is 2A1 and the next is A2. The total En0 from the odd number of sources a large distance in the direction theta is then En0 is equal to 2A0 plus 2A1 into cos psi plus 2A2 cos 2 psi and so on 2AK cos NO minus 1 by 2 into psi. Now for this case, let 2k plus 1 is equal to NO, where k is equal to 0, 1, 2, 3 and so on. Therefore, this equation becomes ENO is equal to 2 epsilon I is equal to 0 to n ak into cos of 2k psi by 2. This is the odd number Fourier series, where n is equal to n0 minus 1 by 2. The series expressed by this equation, that is even and odd number Fourier series, may be recognized as a finite Fourier series of n terms. And for k is equal to 0, we have a constant term 2a0 representing the contribution of the center source. And for k is equal to 1, we have the term 2a1 cos I representing the contribution of first pair of sources on either side of the center source. For each higher values of k, we have a higher harmonic term which in each case represents the contribution of a pair of symmetrically disposed sources. Thus, the total field pattern is simply the sum of series of terms increasing order in the same way that the waveform of an alternating current can be represented as a Fourier series involving in general a constant term, a fundamental term and a higher harmonic term. The field patterns of even number of sources as given by this equation is also a finite Fourier series, but one which has no constant term and only odd harmonics. The coefficients A0, A1 and so on in both series are arbitrary and express the amplitude distribution. So to illustrate the Fourier nature of the field pattern expression, let us consider the simple example of array of 9 isotropic point sources spaced lambda by 2 apart, having the same amplitude and phase, and the coefficient can be related as 2a0 is equal to a1 is equal to a2 is equal to a3 is equal to a4, that is equal to 1 by 2. The number of sources is odd, hence the expression for the field pattern is then E9 is equal to 1 by 2 plus cos I plus cos 2 psi plus cos 3 psi plus cos 4 psi. The first term k is equal to 0 is a constant, so that the field pattern is a circle of amplitude 1 by 2. And the second term k is equal to 1 may be regarded as a fundamental term of Fourier series and gives a pattern of two sources, which is shown in this figure, which we can see it later. And the last two terms represent the third and fourth harmonics, and the patterns are 12 and 16 lobes respectively. So this pattern has 4 lobes maximum amplitude of unity, and the next term k is equal to 2 may be regarded as second harmonic term and gives the pattern of next pair of sources. So this is the pattern of 5 Fourier components, and the total pattern is given in this upper figure, that is F figure, which is a combination of all these 5 patterns. So while consolidating, for k is equal to 0, number of sources is 1. If the spacing is 0, the Fourier term is constant and the pattern is circle. For k is equal to 1, sources are 2 and 1 lambda of the spacing. The Fourier term is fundamental and 4 lobes and so on. The algebraic sum of patterns given by the 5 terms as the total far field pattern of the array, and if the middle source of the array has 0 amplitude or is omitted, the total pattern is then the sum of the 4 terms for which k is equal to 1, 2, 3 and 4. If in addition the pair of sources A1 is omitted, the total pattern is the sum of 3 terms for which k is equal to 2, 3 and 4. Since these are higher harmonic terms, we may properly expect that in this case the minor lobes of the total pattern will be accentuated. It is apparent from the above discussion that the field pattern of any symmetrical amplitude distribution can be expressed as a series of form 3 or 5. Proceeding now to Dovil-Chebyshев amplitude distribution, it can be shown that the coefficient of the pattern series can be uniquely determined so as to produce a pattern of minimum bandwidth and for a specified lobe level, side lobe level. So the first step in the development of Dovil-Chebyshef distribution is to show that the equations, that is the even Fourier system and odd Fourier system, can be regarded as polynomials of degree n minus 1 and n naught minus 1, that is polynomials of degree equal to the number of sources less than 1. Now let us consider the case of broadside type of array where delta is equal to 0, then psi is equal to dr sin theta. And by Moivre's theorem, e power j theta can be written as cos theta plus j sin theta. Therefore, e power m psi by 2 can be written as cos of m psi by 2 plus j sin m psi by 2. This is equal to, this can be also be written as, that is we are taking the power of m to the power, so cos psi by 2 plus j sin by 2 the whole power m. So on taking the real parts, we have cos m psi by 2 is equal to real part of cos psi by 2 plus j sin psi by 2 the whole power m, and expanding as a binomial series, cos m psi by 2 can be written as this cos m psi by 2 plus minus m into m minus 1 divided by 2 factorial into cos m minus 2 psi by 2 sin squared psi by 2 and so on. Thank you.